Hey everyone, hello! Welcome back to some more Planescape Torment. It's been almost a week since we last, since we last defeated Ravel and the shadows that showed up. Let's see what's near her corpse, and then we're gonna take a look and see what we picked up, and then we need to... Oh wow, okay, we actually don't have time to talk too much. Looks like we still have tons of enemies.
Good as done.
Alright, so then let's do this quickly. We're going to try to get out of this place after I see where this leads me.
Affirmative.
And then...
Yes.
And then we'll be good to go. Hey, everyone. Let's go pick this up. Oh, wow. Fiendish Eye? That must have been the eye she plucked from me. Black Barb Necklace. Heart Charm. Scroll of Black Sphere, which I can't pick up. Okay, so at this point we have too many things. So we have a bunch of seeds that she gave us. We'll take a look at them later. We have some other cool-looking things. We have a cool-looking eye. We have another creature coming. Everyone, let's kill this thing really quick.
I think processing.
We have lots of
Sure, why not?
scary-looking things approaching.
Might as well.
Let's deal with the creatures in front of us, team.
Enduring done.
Grow strong.
Let's cast this here.
Done.
Error.
Alright, good work. Now, there was something special in this area. My character kept trying to, interact with it. The space beneath this overhanging branch is glowing softly. It seems to reveal a small brambled room beyond. You notice that the gray hair Ravel plucked from her head is slowly twisting, like a corkscrew. Wait and see what the hair does. The hair slowly curls up your left arm, circles around your wrist, then wraps itself tightly around your left index finger. In response, the light beneath the arc grows brighter, beckoning you to step through. Let's step through it.
Portal detected.
This arc is made of a gnarled tree limb that has grown from the floor of the maze, then fallen in an arc. As you step up to the arch, the space beneath the arch glows softly. Alright, let's leave the Bramble Arch alone right now. And what is this place? Also, I don't think the shadows can get me here. So this actually gives me time to examine what we have and everything. So let's see what we got. Scroll of Black Sphere. Allows you to cast Black Sphere. It's a 10-second duration, 30 feet range. Effect 10-foot radius globe. This spell illustrates the power of force, as a wave of concussive force explodes out in a 10-foot radius that not only damages, but imprisons as well. The spell allows the caster to create a black sphere of force which explodes and causes 1 through 4 points of damage plus 1 point per level caster to all creatures within a 30-foot radius. Creatures failing a saving throw versus spell are trapped. Oh, that sounds pretty damn useful. It's a level 4 spell, though. Do we want to give that to Dakon? Alright, we'll hold off on that. So that's basically a root spell. Black Barb Necklace invokes Black Barb Shield. This is a string of Black Barb seeds linked together by one of Ravel's long gray hairs. This is one of Ravel's improvised charms. When the string of seeds is sliced in the right spot, the necklace unravels around the caster, surrounding the user with a Black Barb Shield that will help protect them from attacks. That will also damage anyone attempting to harm the caster. Alright, we will... Can I learn it? No, I cannot. Okay. Black Barb Seed. These malevolent seeds contain a portion of the Black Barb maze within themselves. Their power is activated when the seed is hurled at the ground in front of an opponent. When the seed strikes the ground, it sprouts into black branches that tear hungrily into the victim's body. Each seed contains only one such curse. We'll copy that spell, and we'll have Dakon do the same. And can I give this to, like, someone else to use? I can. Alright, Anna, you'll hold on to the rest of these. Actually, hold on. Ravel said we would need some of this stuff. Let's hold on to this at the moment. Treated intestines. This ropey mass of bloody intestines is yours. Ravel pulled them quickly and painlessly out of your body when she reverted to Marta during your conversation in the Black Barb maze. The fluids surrounding these intestines have congealed into a slick resin, and holding them is like holding a dry rubbery cord. You have to admit, it makes you uncomfortable to see them outside your body. Ravel, Marta, whoever that insane hag was, mentioned that these intestines would serve as a powerful charm. But you have no idea how they could be used. Can I identify them? Invokes Heal. Adds 9 to base hit points plus to the armor class. They, it looks like when they are wrapped around one's wrist like a phylactery, they give the wearer a portion of your immortal endurance, increasing the person's pain threshold and armor class. Furthermore, you may call upon this phylactery's power to fully hero target 3 times. Even when this ability is exhausted, the intestines will still remain. You have to confess, however, no matter what blessing these intestines bestow, they look pretty damn gross when worn as a bracelet. You know what? Fall from Grace isn't wearing a bracelet, and she's supposed to be drop-dead gorgeous enough to make anything work, so there you go. More hit points, plus 2 to her armor class. Now she's at -5. Good luck trying to hurt her, everything. I'm going to want to take a look at my spells before I go ahead and look at them. We're still using our Kaleidoscope Eye for +1 all saving throws, +1 save versus spells as well. I'm resistant to magic, and the Fiendish Eye. We need to identify... Alright. So, let's wait to do that then. Ravel's Fingernail, which we also don't know what this does. Can I pass these to, like, Dakan? And have him use one of his items on it? The Fiendish Eye of Kalimdar. Minor artifact. +2 charisma. 5% resistance to fire, magical fire, gas attacks, cold, and magical cold. -1 to wisdom. A well-known and respected fiend from the lower planes, Kalimdar was a member of the fated faction in Sigil. His businesses were spread far and wide, and it was said that he had a glittering touch, for every enterprise he undertook was successful. He planned carefully, took few risks, and prospered. Occasionally, he was forced to collect on debts, which could be bloody undertakings, but in the end, he always received his payments. One day, one of his debtors came to Kalimdar and told him he could not settle his debt with coin, but would provide something of greater worth if the fiend was interested. The man was a hedge wizard of little power, but he claimed he knew the ways of a blessing, a businessman's eye, so that no opportunity would ever escape his sight. Kalimdar, both greedy and intrigued, agreed to accept the enchantment as payment. It worked. Too well, as perhaps the wizard had intended. Kalimdar's enchanted eyes soon saw opportunities everywhere, too many to be exploited, and many others the fiend did not know how to take advantage of. What his blessed eyes saw, his hands made broken. Every opportunity he tried to take advantage of, his ineptitude mangled. His businesses fell apart, his financial empire crumbled. He soon found himself in debt to his fellows, who had little sympathy for their former competitor. Kalimdar, unable to bear his reversal of fortune, finally plucked the offending eyeball from his socket and placed it within the cube of glass upon his mantelpiece. Then, one day, the eye simply vanished. It is said the eyeball itself saw a better opportunity as a free agent, but this has never been proven. When placed within the empty eye socket, not only does the Fiendish Eye grant its wearer a trace of Kalimdar's fiendish immunities, it also grants the wearer a bonus to their dealings with others, allowing them to thread their way through a conversation and take what they need. Still, the blinding array of opportunities the eye presents to the wearer blinds him to the opportunities he does take, reducing how much he learns from his experiences. I like this. I like having more charisma, so I think we'll use this for a little bit. I'm not overly concerned about the -1 wisdom, because we gained like 2 wisdom talking to Ravel, and I thought this was my eye, but this makes it sound... Ravel actually gave me +1 wisdom point when she did what she did to my eye. So this, instead, must have been one of Ravel's eyes. Ravel's Fingernail. Unique artifact. Wow. 2-7 piercing, +2 enchantment, does 2 through 12 poison damage with a +2 to Thaco. The twisted fingernail of extruded night hag skin has got to be one of the ugliest things you have ever seen. Its molted green, red, and black surface is almost a foot long, and it seems like it was used alternatively as a scratching aid, nose-picking tool, and gardening trowel. Looking at it makes you wish that Ravel did... that Ravel did chew her nails, or at least had a nail file with her in the maze. Sorry about that, everyone. I keep screwing up how things are supposed to be phrased. And that is better than my notched dagger. So we will use this instead. And the eye will come back to me. We'll use that as well. I think I'll just pass these over to you, Dakon. Add to my list of huge amounts of stuff, which I'm not going to ever probably use ever. Oh, we didn't use the bronze sphere. Did we ever find out where this is used? I'm assuming someplace will tell us where we can use this. I'm looking this around forever. Ravel's gray hair. This is one of Ravel's long gray hairs. It is so old, it looks like her normally gray hair is turning an even whiter shade of gray. It must be a few feet long, and it looks pretty tough to boot. Well, that let us get in this place. And that's it. Alright, then. Let's... Actually, Mort, you can use one of these needle and threads. And Grace, can you heal yourself? And then while we're waiting, why don't you also heal Anna? Okay, now it's time to take a look at this stuff. Alright, let's see what these are. Or not. Maybe I can. Can I do this? Nope. Do we walk closer to these? This circular plot on the floor of the maze is peculiar in that all the vegetation around it has died, except for 3 sickly twigs in the center. It looks as if the twigs devoured all the other vegetation around them. Let's examine these. The twigs are thin, like grasping fingers, and they have none of the black barbs that coat the branches elsewhere in the maze. As you examine them, however, you can feel a magical vibration from them. They are like the faint vibrations you feel in the maze, but they are more insistent, like the wailing of tiny children. Start humming, the same tune Ravel used when she called upon the maze's power. As you begin humming, the twigs suddenly begin twisting within their dead circle, the fingers thrashing, grabbing for something, and you know instinctively that they are clutching for a black barb seed. While humming, throw one of the black barb seeds into their mist. Wow, good thing I didn't give them to Dakon. While humming, you flick the seed into the mass of branches, and the 3 twigs twist around the seed with a crack, splintering it. The twigs stop thrashing, and you watch as the twigs slowly grow, thickening to become branches. As they grow, the 3 new branches twist around each other. Then with a crack, they snap at the base. They roll across the floor, then stop, deathly still. Pick them up. You pick up the 3-twined branch. It is still in your hands, but you can feel the humming strongly within it, like a heartbeat. It's obviously magical and powerful. You could feel the branch responding to your humming, so much so you were able to encourage its growth as the branches intertwined. A tremendous amount of power lies within the branch, a trace of Ravel's power perhaps, but mostly your own force of will. You can't help but feel impressed with yourself. Take the branch. Your branch. Invokes Black Barb Curse and Black Barb Shield. This twisted branch is actually composed of 3 black branches that have grown tightly around each other. The branches look much like the ones in Ravel's maze, but the branches have none of the black barbs covered in her maze. This black barb branch wand, forged by the trees in Ravel's maze, and endowed with a fraction of her magical power. By calling on the power within the wand, the wielder may summon forth a shield of black brambles to protect the caster from harm, or cause a series of black brambles to rip from the earth around the target and fold them in their constricting embrace. The wand itself only holds a certain amount of Ravel inside it, and once expended, it becomes useless. To change which spell is first cast, first place on your quick item, now right-click the wand to bring up the description. Select the ability you wish to change when you cast it. Alright, gotcha. Nice! Who can use this? Only mages, so only I can use it. I'm probably going to end up dropping some of this stuff very soon. I have a ton of stuff I'm never, ever going to use ever. My inventory is becoming cluttered. I can't stand that. Can I do this again? Oh, we can! Wow! I can make several of these. Wow. Okay, then. I have more of them? Oh, before you was a dead circle on the floor of the maze. No new branches have grown, nor do you think they ever will, now that Rabble has met her end. Alright then. Let's... I guess we're getting out of here? Yeah, let's get out of here. This arch... Oh, so examine the archway... As you examine the natural arch, you notice the left side of the trunk is scored, as if someone took a knife blade and cut several notches into it. The scorings, however, don't look like they came from a knife blade. They look like slash marks, as if from someone's talon. Scratch the trunk of the tree with your fingernails, see what happens. Ugh. You sink your fingernails into the bark, and to your surprise, the wood gives way beneath your nails, like a porridge. You dig your nails through the side of the bramble tree, and in response, the glow beneath the arch grows brightly, beckoning you to step through it. Portal detected.
Portal detected.
Alright. Alright, let's check it out of here. So, I don't know.
Portal detected.
No, we're good. No, we're good.
Alright.
Portal detected.
Thank you.
Portal detected.
Holy crap.
Alright.
Alright, whew. That was close. Almost had to do that again. Everyone just beat this thing down. Let's get more. You can tank it at close range. Sorry, Mordom.
Alright.
Alright, everyone line up now properly. No. Okay, like this. Lordom, that was actually kind of a mistake. Why don't you use one of your blood charms? Okay, next. I apologize for doing this on screen, everyone, but I'm going to try to fix the gameplay options here. Auto pause. Holy crap. So, when I reinstalled the game, remember when I did that a few videos ago? It didn't keep any of this stuff. So, I want the game to pause at the end of each combat round when someone's target is destroyed, when someone's weapon doesn't work, and when someone is critically injured. Because combat is becoming really tough because of just people aren't doing things all the time and they should be. We'll see if the end of the round thing becomes too annoying. If it does, then I'll disable that. It's probably good enough to say when the target's gone.
Black bobs covering these trees are quite fascinating.
I hear your words.
Dakon. Why don't you cast a Missile of Patience on her?
Aye?
Anna, attack this close one. Mort, use your Litany of Curses on him. I will use Axe of Torment on her. And you can attack this one.
You father of trolls. What's up?
Are these combat rounds that are happening right now? Because if so, this freaking... Wow. Yup. Alright, we're not doing that. Let's go back over here. Everyone's individual combat round when it ends. Apparently that's enough to do it.
Serve.
I don't think I've ever seen the spell actually succeed.
Might as well.
Let's have you cast an adder. Oh, it's probably super resistant to poison. We'll try it anyway.
How may I help?
Let's cast a blessing on Anna. I will cast a ball lightning on this guy.
Now I see.
Done.
Mort's target's destroyed. Wow, this is actually super helpful, being able to do this at this point. Mort's target's destroyed again. Attack the new target then.
Might as well.
Dakon can do the same.
Error.
It shall be done.
Run that way. We'll have Mort taunt it.
I'm here. Why
Anna
not?
will move up. Dakon. Try to blind him if we can.
In Samana's name,
Begging to be kicked.
your will be done.
Good as
their
done.
attack.
Did you see that?
Aye. What? Why not?
I did. Well, oh, another one.
Awaiting order.
A pleasure.
All right.
All right, everyone. Everyone back.
Done.
And not bad. We made it to the portal. Let's see if this will take us out of here.
I'm gone.
My goodness. Holy crap. Let's see actually where this is going to take us as well. Nope. We went to some other location. Everyone, fight it. Is this one of them? Now another. Everyone, fight it. Except you, Fall from Grace.
I'm listening.
That means you four. Go,
Error.
go.
Error.
Go, go, go.
Die.
Alright, was that not the way we were supposed to go? Honor, why don't you hide in the
Like a
shadows?
shadow I am.
I'm gone.
Left the shadows.
Man, there's a lot of these things all throughout the maze now.
What you be wanting now? Like a shadow I am.
Let's try walking back through this portal. Maybe this will work the same way as my own maze had worked.
Left the shadows.
Portal detected.
The space beneath this brambled arch seems to show a large desert city surrounded by great walls. This must be the prison Ravel mentioned. Fold your arms around you like a cage and leap through the portal.
Off with you. Dead I am.
Then Death's kingdom has sealed its gates to us both. Arise, crone.
Shh. Away with you. I'm dead, and no traffic with
I
the
care
living.
little for how you die, but I warn you for the last time. Arise, or I shall slay you where you lie.
I had thought that dying at his hand would fulfill the requirements of past.
You cannot have thought that one would have a chance. You were indulgent to let him think he was successful.
Oh, this incarnation is. And kill me he could have, but for a few tricks I possess.
Fortune
Fortunate
abandoned
was I.
you the moment I found you. Has your life prepared you for what is to come?
I'm not
Hag?
afraid. Not of the likes of you, ragged thing. Weak Ravel may be, but a few tricks has Ravel learned over the years, and I have known you would come. Witness Ravel's anger. Condor.
No longer shall you trouble existence with your presence, witch.
Okay. Hey, everyone. Right. So let's
Done.
walk here. What happened there? So it looks like, remember, I am running the game with some mods to make the game this resolution and so on. So I think that combat was supposed to take place in the maze as opposed to kind of off screen as it did there. It looks like we've got some new enemy who is hunting us. I guess? I don't understand. Alright, but it looks like Ravel was feigning death. So, believe it or not, back in 2nd edition D&D, which is what this was based on, I think, there was a wizard spell called Feign Death, and you couldn't tell if the person was alive or dead. So, it would make sense that she was able to pull off the fact that she didn't actually die to us. Sounded like she needed to die by my hand to fulfill some sort of prophecy or something? I don't quite get it. I'm gonna have to watch that again to see what happened there. Okay, well anyway, we're now out of Ravel's Maze. I think this might be a good opportunity, first off, for us to save the game. And now, I think to talk to our companions about what happened in Ravel's Maze and what Ravel was bringing up with all of them. I'm especially interested in Dakon, since she kept focusing a lot of her attention on him. So, okay, so let's...
Don't you trust anyone here, you got me?
I got you, Anna. So let's start talking to people. Let's talk to our companions. Yeah, so I think this will probably take a while as well, everyone. So we're going to talk to our companions, and then that will do it for this session. And when we come back, we'll figure out where the hell we are and what's going on here. Probably by... Oh! Alright, we're in Cursed. We're in Cursed. Alright, so we'll find out more about this place when we get back. But first, we're going to spend the last of this episode talking to our companions. So let's...
What is your will?
Let's do so. Dakon turns to you. His eyes like polished coal. His blade is shimmering, the metal swimming like oil film on a pond. When Dakon speaks, his voice is level and strong. There is none of the scratchiness you heard before. There are some things I would know, Dakon. I will hear you. Dakon, Ravel called you a slave. What did she mean? The hag. She knows nothing. Dakon's blade ripples, and you watch as the edges become grayed and dulled. His face clenches, and he speaks through his teeth. It is not my will to speak of this. I don't like pushing my companions, but I want to know what she meant. I want to hear you speak of it. In fact, Ravel said a number of things in that conversation which interested me. Know that your will is my will. When you speak, know I must hear you. Know that your words may stay my blade, or guide it to the throat of another. Oh, he's got to do what I say? Why? Dakon seems to look through you, as if meeting your gaze is unbearable. Your path is my path. I am chained to you. You're my slave. At the word slave, Dakon's face collapses in pain, as if he was struck. It is as if the word was a dagger, stabbing at the core of his suffering. Of course it is! His race was enslaved to the Illithid forever, and it took everything his people had to break their... to earn their freedom from the Illithids. But why, Dakon? No. It is a long tale, and know that nothing is gained in the telling. I would hear it.
Updated my journal.
The people do not allow themselves to be enslaved to another in deed or chains. If we find ourselves in such a cage, we act to free ourselves, even if it means we must endure another cage for a time. You performed a great service for me. In doing so, you enslaved me. I acted to free myself. Know that I surrendered my word and myself to act in your name until your death. But I can't die. That was not known to this one. I surrendered my word to him. I surrendered myself. Know that there is now nothing left that I may surrender except my life. Know now that I follow you only so I might die. What was the service I gave you that changed you? You saved this one's life. In exchange, your life became mine. How did I save your life? Upon the rolling plain of Limbo, the people shape cities from the chaos with their thoughts. Know that there is no place for a divided mind. Dakan raises his blade from his shoulder and holds it before him. As he stares at it, it sharpens until it is almost as thin as a piece of paper. Yeah, we know this story from the girl who drowned in the Limbo. Go on. A divided mind is an unfocused mind. A divided mind fractures walls and weakens stones. As Dakan speaks, the edges of the blade corrode slightly, the metal misting and melting along the edges. Many divided minds may destroy a city. I understand. Go on. Rebellion and what have you, I suppose. Long have I known the words of Zerthamon. Through my voice, many have come to know the words of Zerthamon. The Zerth protect the community from all threats, whether to the body or the mind. They are the guiding stones in the chaos. So it came to pass that I spoke the words of Zerthamon without knowing the words of Zerthamon. It came to pass that I no longer knew myself. So you doubted the words. Yep, I remember this. No. Dakan's voice is edged and his blade sharpens in response. I knew the words. Yet it came into my heart that perhaps others did not know the words as Zerthamon knew them. Oh! Interesting. He had no doubt as to what Zerthamon meant, but others might be misinterpreting his words. Huh. I guess it would work that way for any faith in which the leader has passed on. Stuff can be warped or forgotten through time, or through people's desires. And so division formed. As my mind became as two, as my mind became divided, those that looked to me as a guiding stone became divided. Many scores of Githrazi, many hundreds of scores of Githrazi, doubted. Sharlak the Lord died that day. What was the saying? What a divided mind sees, his hands make broken. I think that was the statement Zerthamon had said earlier, one of the metaphors. So, those that followed you came to doubt the words as well, and the city was weakened. The enemies of Zerthamon came. Know that their hatred of his words and the people lent their blade strength. Know that they sensed the weakened city, and they brought war with them. Many Githrazi drowned in the chaos and beneath the blades of our enemies. Small beads of metal appear on the surface of the blade, as if it is blistering. No. This happened long ago. What happened to you? As I fell from the walls of Sharlak, know that myself was broken. My blade was missed, my mind divided. I was adrift upon Limbo's seas, and I wished to drown. I died for days, my mind awash in division. When death finally came to me, it wore your skin, and it had your voice. Me. You asked that I hear you. As Dakan says the words, your vision bleeds outwards, and a crawling sensation begins to worm its way up through the back of your skull. You feel nauseous for a moment, and your vision is suddenly as chaos, smeared, twisted, and you are someplace else, someplace in the past. Ah, okay. We will remember what we did to save his life. Everything around you is in turmoil. Your vision is hazy, swirling, dizzying, all at once. There is mist, pockets of fire, islands of mud, stone, and ice-covered rocks swimming through the plain like fish, impacting and dissolving, droplets of water arcing through the howling air and lashing your skin like teeth. You choke back your nausea, and you steady yourself. This is the plane of Limbo. All is chaos. Nothing is stable. You focus on the dying man that lies before you. It is why you have come to this place. Examine the Zerth. See if he still lives. The man is a Githrazi, his body embedded in an earthen pocket that swirls around him. Unconsciously, he has formed a grave from the elements, and though bits of fire and water lick at his face, he does not respond. His hands are ashen, his coal-black eyes focusing on nothing. His emaciated frame speaks of starvation, but you know it is the least of his wounds. It is faith that dealt him the mortal blow. Poor Dakan. Look for the blade he carries. In his limp left hand is a twisted mass of metal, its surface having melted around his hand like a gauntlet. As you watch, it steams and hisses like a diseased snake. The Githrazi does not seem to be aware of it, but it is that weapon that has brought you here. To save his life? Interesting. Dakan, Zerth of Shralak drowning, last wielder of the Karak blade. Know that I have come to you with the words of Zerthamon, carved not in chaos, but in stone, carved by the will in an unbroken circle. At the word Zerthamon, Dakan's eyes roll in their sockets, and they attempt to focus upon you. With effort, he cracks his mouth to speak, but only a dry hiss emerges. You bring forth the stone from your pack and hold it before him so he can see. Know that the words of Zerthamon inscribed upon this stone are true, and know that your divided mind need be divided no longer. All you must do is take the stone, and you shall know yourself again. Dakan's eyes flicker over the unbroken circle of Zerthamon, and for a moment you think he might be too close to death to recognize it. Then the right hand twitches, and he pulls it slowly from its earthen prison. The clumps of earth streaming off it become water in Limbo's chaotic winds. His skeletal hands clutch the stone like a drowning man, and his eyes flash. Know that I have saved your life, Dakan, Zerth of Shralak.
Updated my journal.
Dakan's eyes turn from the stone and flicker over you, and he hisses again, too dry for him to muster the words. He blinks slowly, then speaks, his voice barely above a whisper, but the words are what you wanted to hear. My life is yours, until yours is no more. We wanted him as a slave. Why? Dakan is silent. I heard your words. The chaos in my mind became still. I knew myself again. So you got the circle from me.
Updated my journal.
Yes. In knowing its words, I knew myself. But did it save your life, Dakan? Or did it divide you further once you studied the circle? Because we know it did exactly that. Dakan is silent for a moment. His blade writhes as if in pain. He is slow to speak again, and when he does, his voice is somber. It divided me. Then did I save your life, Dakan? Or did I only add to the pain you already felt? Those words of Zerthamon's, they only seem to divide you more. I see it when you pore over the teachings. Dakan is silent. I say that I never saved you, Dakan. I only raised you from near death so that you might die again. If you had died at Shralak, then you would have known peace. Your words carry the weight of truth. The death I would have died at Shralak, that would have been the last death. Every day I have lived since is a new death. You need serve me no more, Dakan. I never wanted to save your life. I'm sorry, I never saved your life. I only killed you twice. You owe me nothing. No. Dakan's forehead creases in pain, and his eyes stare through you. It is not your word that carries the weight, and your word will not free me. The word that chains me is mine. The torment is mine. I know in my heart that the chains remain. Words will not free them. Is there any way you can be freed? You must die a final death, yet your path is not death's pass. There is no resolution to this matter. I swear I will find one, Dekkan. I will find one that sets you free.
Updated my journal.
Dekkan's voice becomes ragged, as if he has suddenly become sick. No. You have added other words to my words. His expression is pain, and his gaze meets yours. Now you have chained us both. We will speak of this another time. This matter is not closed. Let's move on. Wow. Alright. Let's look at the spell book for a little bit so I can not be really depressed about what we just read. Force missiles, shrouded... Okay, let's rememorize a few things here. I think I'm going to drop Confusion and take... Oh! And memorize the new thing. And then we'll add it to our spell book. Now, where is the seed spells? Here they are. So let's actually use this as well. How much damage does this do, if any? 4 through 16 hit points. Okay, it's not that good, but it'll add up. Pacify. Alright, I guess that's good enough. I like all these spells still, so we're going to keep these. And Dekkan, I like all his spell selections at the moment. He needs a 5th level spell. I don't have any, so we're going to have to try to find out who might sell them. Alright, so, wow. I also want to look at Dekkan's Unbroken Circle again at some point. To see, now that I know I gave it to him, maybe I can recall something else I did to it. That would explain why it dropped multiple spells. One for me, and one for Dekkan for some reason. I'm not sure why I freed him yet. Alright, let's talk to Mort.
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
I could use some advice. What do you think we should do next? Here's how I see things. Go on. You got me, Chief. This is all your show. I'm just following you around. Okay. You said you're a memer, right, Mort? Yeah, there was a floating encyclopedia. You put information in, you get information out. Alright, memers made of silvery metal. So, maybe some are, but I'm not. And there's the stranger things on the plains than that, Chief. Wow, I can be really confrontational with him. I don't want to outright accuse him without proof, but I don't think he's a memer. How'd you die, Mort? No idea, Chief. Kind of forgot when I died. Can't say I blame myself such. Much. At least there was something waiting for me after I died, even if it is a life of floating skull. I mean, could have been worse. What happened to your body? I don't know, alright? It's just gone. More glares at you. But don't think I miss it, because I'm happy just the way I am. I don't need your half-wit judgments to snipe me, Mars, alright? Okay. I can't seem to ask him about anything. Alright, that's it then. Thank you, Mort. So I can't even push the point with him. I wonder what Ravel meant. Which was all about Mort earlier. Alright, let's talk to Nordom. Nordom is staring at his crossbows intently. They are making a variety of clicking noises. First one, then the other as if conversing. I'm curious, Nordom. How did you end up in the Rubicon? Nordom chirrups. Query requires submitting of chronology. Shall Nordom submit chronology? Yes, I would know. Orders received at initiation of Rubicon project. Departure from plane Mechanus. Stage 1st. Arrival at destination. Plane Limbo. Stage 2nd. Parameters dictated by Superior Creative Director. Shaped matter of plane Limbo to test hypothesis. Rubicon dungeon constructed. Okay, so he made it himself. Go on. Superior Director of Create lost in field test. Chronology disrupted upon achievement of stage 2nd. 3rd stage disruption occurs, not part of project directives. What happened during this 3rd stage? 3rd stage, unprecedented. Nordom specific stage. Hypothesis, lack of director, plus exposure to plane chaos, resulted in perspective of Nordom to deviate from norm. How did that happen? Introspective cycle commencing. Nordom clicks, his eyes close and begins to hum. A few moments later, his eyes click open. Introspective evaluation. Perceptions have become 1. Smaller, and B. Louder. Wings have been replaced with arms. Reason unknown. Suspicion hypothesis, not liked wings. Speculation. Nordom was once 1, but is now smaller, louder 1. Change has resulted in information processing difficulties. I see. Nordom, tell me again what the duties of the creative director are. A slow tick-tick begins building in Nordom, like a clock about to explode. Response. Responsibilities of director. A. Integrity maintenance of Rubicon project. 2. Order issuance to Rubicon Battalion Work Group. Period of abeyance in accordance with Nordom obedience until Rubicon project halted. Creative director assigned Nordom's superior. What sort of tasks did the creative director ask you to do? Nordom shudders whirl down over his eyes as if he's thinking. Task routine. Evaluation, forward scout. Tidier. Assign perimeter of Rubicon project to evaluate. Catalog. Tidy. Then report. Report includes in integrity, evaluations, extermination of project errors, wayward items recovery of untidiness. Integrity evaluations. Repeated word choice confirmed. Echo. Integrity evaluation. Evaluation intended to detect flaws in Rubicon project, catalog them, then repair such flaws. Nature of multiverse and nature of plane limbo compromises Rubicon project. How does multiverse and limbo compromise the project exactly? Properties of multiverse. Cracks, seals, cracks again, flaws created, creates portals. I think we did this already. Conduits in space. Frequency, pattern indeterminate. Solution, unknown. There was a small trace of steam rises from Nordum's vents. Nordum cannot repair seal cracks. Current status, Nordum is limited to perception of cracks. Hold on a moment, you can see crack. Oh, I think I already did this already, so let me try a different one. Examination of errors. Nordum's normal warble drops wavering murmur. Errors. Many. All constructs in Rubicon project are in error and exist in disobedience with creative director and all personnel of Rubicon project. Order issued. Errors that persist in disobedience are to be rescinded. Obstacle. Nordum not up to specifications of task without suffering null state. Okay, so I remember asking these questions. There must be something else I can ask him. How are you doing, Nordum? Introspective cycle commencing. Nordum clicks his eyes closed and begins to hum. Let's wait for him to complete. A few moments later, his eyes click open. Introspective evaluation. Perceptions have become smaller and be louder. Wings have been replaced. Oh, we did this already. Addition of director hierarchy has aided information processing by 5%. There's more questions for you, sir. I guess it's weird I can't talk to him about anything else. Let's ask him one more thing. Tell me about Mechanist, Nordum. Nordum freezes. Then slowly the gears of his elbows begin turning in a slow hypnotic synchronization. Define query. Mechanist. Plane of order. Sense. Cause generates effect. Predictable. Law. Logic. Regimented. Obedience. Gears turn. Mechanist assigned Nordom origin. Mechanist assigned Nullholm. Nordom. Mechanist? Boring in every sense of the word, Chief. Imagine a plane filled with modrons and big turning gears, and you have the great big boring plane of Mechanist. Too many laws, too annoying. Place you wouldn't even want to think about, let alone visit. Fall from grace. Mord's critique aside, Mechanist is actually a fascinating place. There is no sky there, only great gears that turn in space. They shine light according to their cycles, and the effect is really quite breathtaking. The logic and order of the plane can be relaxing, and there's more than enough to do to quell one's boredom if you know where to go and how to go. Excuse me, Miss Priestess of Piety, but Mechanus is the most boring place in the universe. The only interesting thing about it would be if you visited. Bort rolls his eyes, but I have a feeling even that would lose its charm after a while. Nolan, what did you mean before by null home? Mechanus, assigned origin point, source, energy, cannot return to Mechanus. Null home, broke law with existence. Central office for the punishment of offenders awaits in Regulus. Mechanus, origin, null home, null place. What do you mean by source? Source, energy. All Modrons are part of this pool, Chief. Kind of like a big bank of energy. When one of them dies, the energy it took to make them a Modron is absorbed back into the bank, and a new one is spit out. The thing is, when a Modron goes a little nutty, he kind of cuts that connection, but he keeps a bit of the energy. So, Nordom, this Mechanus is a source of energy. Affirmatory. Nordom's shutters slide down across his eyes, and he whirs to himself for a moment. Then his left eye opens. Piece, percentage, fractured fraction of source inside Nordom. Energy divided. Link severed. Nordom stutters over the last word, then steadies himself. So you've been cut from the source, then. Isn't that painful? Negatory. No pain. Nordom's mouth suddenly bends, forms a semicircle, then turns upside down. Affirmatory. Pain. He clicks. Response deviation. Response is both true and false. Answer is unacceptable. Well, if part of the answer is true, then isn't the answer true? Nordom pauses for a moment. Response deviation, accounted for by definition of pain. No physical breach has been created from separation from source. Nevertheless, operation efficiency parameters have changed, so unknown damage may have occurred. Formulating new response. Painful. Assigned unknown. Oh, good. He's beginning to learn that not everything is true and false. Can I ask him how he's doing now? I can. Hey, alright, good. I thought this would be the case. So he's learned a little more. So now I can ask him how he thinks about how he's doing, now that he's had some more introspection to think about. Nordom, do you think your separation from the source is what caused your perspective shift from that quieter, broader one to the smaller, louder one? Nordom stares at you for a moment in silence. Then a slow whir comes from inside his frame and he clicks. You're not certain, but it sounds like something clicked into place. Nordom?
Updated my journal.
He's gained 1 intelligence and 1 constitution. Status updated. Introspection drain halted. Rerouting speculation routines to main queue. To your surprise, some of the warbling has gone out of Nordom's voice. It is more level, more controlled than it was before. The effect is a little unnerving. I think we talked enough. Let's move on. I guess we've made him better? I had a repeat of that stabilizing incident with Nordom, similar to when I told him I was the new creative director. When I told Nordom that it was probably his separation from the source that caused his change of perspective, he's become even more stable. I think maybe helping Nordom realize what happened to him helped him become even more focused. His separation from the source may have been a greater shock to his system than I realized. I swore to Dakan I would find a way to free him from his servitude, rather than bolster his spirit. The vow seemed to crush him even more. Darn it. Alright, well, let's keep talking, everyone. This is really sad. At least Nordom's getting a...
Coordinate opposition. Location, Gate Town. Cursed.
Thank you, Nordom. If I hadn't hovered over the guards, at least we would have known where we were from you. Let's talk to Anna.
Aye.
See
What is it you want, then?
how she's doing after our talk with Ravel. In the maze, Anna, Ravel said you were tormented. What did she mean? Anna frowns. She meant nothing she did. Barmy hag talk it was. Are you sure? It was nothing. If you don't know what she was saying, I don't either. Well, if you want to talk about it, Anna's gaze drops for a moment. I don't know why I'm traveling with you. I don't know why I went with you to find Ravel. She frowns, but she seems even more confused and angry. It makes no sense, it does. And I don't like it. Anna takes a deep breath. I think I have feelings for you. It feels strange, it does. I don't think I've ever liked anyone, but you... Anna gives a half-hearted shrug without meeting your gaze. I don't know what it is about you. I mean, you're daft a lot of times. You walk like your hips are broken. You're clumsy. You smell like a zombie, but I like you. Oh, woo! Well, we kind of guessed this earlier from a little bit of banter between Mort and Anna earlier. Anna, why didn't you say something? Why didn't you say something? We could have settled this long, but it's 'cause I think you're doomed. Anna suddenly meets your gaze. I think you walked with chains, but you don't know it. So I feel for you, but I'm afraid for you. And that's killing me, it is. I cannot let you come to harm, but I don't know what to do to stop it. Oh, wow, woo, woo. We can only kiss her. That's the only option, everyone. Yup, this is it. Let's do it. You grab the back of her head with your free hand, and you watch Anna's features go stone as you pull her to you and kiss her on the lips. All right. Woo! I guess maybe this is happy? Maybe? I hope so. At first, it's like kissing a wall. Then she starts slowly kissing you back, hesitant at first, then with more confidence. Her teeth lightly biting your upper lip. You hear her snarl on the back of her throat, and her tail starts snaking around your leg, then squeezing. Each squeeze matching one of her bites. Wow. Aggressive girl. Would you two cut that out before I have to get a Dabus over here and separate the two of you, Mort Harumps? Or at least allow me to cut in? Mort, there's no... We're not in Cursed. Oh, maybe this was supposed to happen even in Cursed. We probably could have broached the subject with Anna, I guess somehow. As you kiss, you suddenly notice that Anna's skin is becoming warm. It's radiating heat like hot coals. You pull back, Anna's teeth giving one last bite, and she looks at you in confusion, then anger. What is it then? I'm not good at it, am I? No, it's your skin. Why are you getting so warm all of a sudden? I? Anna frowns and looks down at herself. You know, small wisps of smoke are trailing from the edges of her jerkin. Fiend blood it is. She raises an eyebrow. Never had that happen before, though. What? No one's ever kissed you before? She shrugs. No one ever dared to. Even if they did, I doubt it would have been like that. I'll take that as a compliment, then. She glances around, her tail flickering erratically. Are we gonna keep moving now, or what? We don't have time to be standing and chatting, we don't. Well, I'm not done kissing you yet. Come here. She steps back alarmed, and hey, who knows what could happen next? Maybe my body will turn to flame, it will. You and your lips keep your distance. Alright, this time, let's move on. Maybe we need to literally have some cooldown between romantic sessions. Oh, well, that was kind of nice. I guess that's an interesting way to make sure that none of it happens again, in case the game doesn't let it happen. I'm not done talking to all my companions, though. This is not the first time I'm going to talk to everyone. Definitely hasn't been the first time so far.
Yes?
Fall from Grace, how are you doing? Let's think here. We already know almost all of her backstory, so I guess I think I do. I had some questions about her travels, Fall from Grace. Yes. When we were in Ravel's maze, Ravel said you were tormented. Are you in pain? Fall from Grace is silent for a moment, her gaze becoming distant. When she turns back to you, her eyes are a strange shade of azure. A shade that speaks of sadness and tears. Ravel sees much with her black brambled eyes. Some things which are hidden to others' eyes, even things about their own natures. She shakes her head slowly. Sometimes the pain makes itself known. I have learned it is a difficult thing to turn on one's nature. Are you all right? She smiles very faintly, and she meets your gaze. Yes, you are kind to ask. The pain still makes itself known, but I came to terms with my nature many centuries ago. Very well. Grace stops you before you can continue. I thank you for asking about my well-being. Your concern is not unwelcome. I just want to make sure you were alright. I had another question for you. Can I read your diary, Fall from Grace? No. Please. Grace gives a slight smile. A lady must have her secrets. Thought I'd ask. Let's move on.
Don't you trust anyone here, you got me?
I gotcha. Alright everyone, we're gonna stop here. Thank you guys for watching. So when we come back, I guess we'll finally begin exploring Cursed. Our first time out of Sigil, though it looks a lot like Sigil. How close would this be to Sigil? On the planner grid? I have no idea. I can't even begin to comprehend it. Alright, so anyway, I'm sorry, going on tangents. Alright, thank you all for watching. We come back, as I said, we'll explore more of Sigil.
Chief,
and I'll see you...
You watch your back here, okay? This place is filled with backstabbers.
I will see you then, in this place of backstabbers. Take care.